Hello, Taurus. Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead. How are you, Bull Gang? I hope you're well. I hope you're better than me. Look, Mercury went direct on the 12th of 11th or the 12th of August, but I'm telling you, it's kicking my ass on the way out the door. We're still in the shadow phase. I was having all kinds of internet issues, Wi-Fi, everything. And so I thought I was in the clear. But I'm really not. So here I am to give you your reading, quite late, but nonetheless, better late than never, right? Let's find out what's going on here. So what do we have coming up, right? This reading is for the week ahead, so this is going to be, today we're the 20th, and the 22nd is the new moon in Virgo. So this is going to be the energies that are combined with the new moon. That's what we're going to be reading about today. Tell me about Taurus. What is this new cycle about? Because that's what new moons are, right? They're all about the new cycle. Manifestations, journaling is a great thing. I don't know if you have your own rituals you want to do, but journaling is what I like to do under the new moon. New moons always make me cry, more than the full moons. I don't know why they always make me cry. Maybe because I'm just a Pisces moon and I'm a blubber face. Could be that. Let's find out what's going on with Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Taurus. Okay. Taurus, we have why. We have orphaned, and we have here and now. So it does feel like somebody here is having a bit of a hard time with the situation that you're in right now. You could be someone who maybe is single, and even if you're not single, but it feels like you're in this energy where you feel detached from people. People don't understand you. You don't understand my plight. I feel like you and I are speaking different languages. So it doesn't matter if you're really attached to somebody romantically or not, but I think that orphaned coming up in the middle of the week is going to make you feel like, why do I bother with people? Why do I bother with people? Like, that's what it's going to make you feel like. And so we have, let's take a look at numbers here. We have card number 31, which says why. And so I feel like at the beginning of the week, this is what you're asking. And it sort of feels like it goes along with this orphaned energy. We've got 4, we progress to 5. I feel like you get the answers that you're looking for, but I also feel like orphaned means you don't like the answers that you get. You feel alone in your plight. You feel alone in your life. You feel like you're really not connecting to people. You're not connecting to the things and the places and the situations you want to connect to. We have 2 5s here. Y'all know, if you've been hanging out with me long enough, that we've got 5 here, which is orphaned. We also have card number 32, which is a 5. And when more than one 5 shows up for me, that is a quick change. And so we've got here and now. Now, this little egg is far closer to the past than it is to the future. I think you're coming into the present moment here, Taurus, but it also feels like you're feeling in lack as you do that, because you're coming out of this orphaned energy. Now, I feel like as you get to the end of the week here, that you are crossing over some sort of imaginary line, because I feel like this, whatever's about to be birthed out of this egg here, you can see that it's a little more to the past than it is to the future, and it feels like you're coming into some sort of midway point on something. Look, we've got serendipity on the bottom of the deck, a happy accident, right? Something that is going to happen that is lucky, or I don't necessarily believe in luck, but it feels like it's something that is serendipitous. So something you're not expecting, something that makes you happy. It's something that is fun or exciting. But it's going to make you feel lucky. Now, we have card number 18 here, which is the moon in the tarot. And I always liken everything to the moon, to the tarot, because that's what I read primarily. But we've got serendipity. We do have the never-ending story. We have card number 37, which is a 10. 10s break down to a 1, and that's the new cycle. The new cycle is, in fact, the new moon that's coming up, right? So, yeah, it feels like something in the new cycle is going to happen that is serendipitous. It's something that is fortunate or makes you happy or makes you feel lucky, but it isn't necessarily going to be love. It could be for some of you, because the never-ending story is here. It could be that there is, she's kind of got her hand in her head, like her hand on her head, like, here we go again. So it could be that somebody you've been thinking about with this imagined card here, they might become back around. That could be. We'll see if anything comes up about that. Let's find out what else is going on for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Taurus, at the end of this reading, I'm going to tell you how to get the extended. Also going to tell you about private reads. Let's get to it. Let's find out what's going on here. Thanks if you're coming back. Thank you if you are somebody who is here brand new and you join this tribe because it's massive here. All right, tell me about why orphaned and here and now. Tell me about Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. All right. Oh, the Wheel of Fortune's here. So we have a few indications here that you are moving into a new cycle. This one here is saying that you are here and now. It says that you are here in this moment feeling a little bit, and I feel like when I say in this moment, I'm talking about the week ahead, right? Whenever you get this, today, tomorrow, next year, it feels like here and now is feeling like you're in a little bit of lack, feeling a little bit disconnected, feeling left on the outside, feeling like people aren't connecting with you and that you always have to reach out to other people. I think that's all about to change because there is something that's serendipitous that's going to be showing up here. We have Y, and Y is coming up with the Four of Wands. It feels like if you have a Y, it feels like your Y is trying to get stability. It feels like you're asking questions about the Four of Wands. Where's my soulmate? How come I don't have a house? Like, why? That's what it feels like. It feels like that this, although is stability, it is happiness, it's engagement, it's like having people at your house or going to someone else's house. But it feels like in the middle of the week, you're asking why. You're asking, why do I feel, if I've got all these people around me, I'll see, why do I feel so disconnected or disengaged? I'm going to say that sometimes the universe will sequester you away, and because it's time for you to either be by yourself to learn a lesson or possibly to go through a software upgrade, as I like to say. Sometimes through the moons, the new moons, the full moons, we do get ascended, right? And so maybe you're going through an ascension process. It could be that. But the Wheel of Fortune is here. So I'm going to say that this is the bottom of the deck is always the future energy for me, Taurus. And a change is coming. So you're not going to be in this energy for forever. Please don't think that you are, because something is about to change quickly. And then we got 2 5s, which is, more than 1 5 is quick change. And we've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is card number 10, and 5 and 5 is 10. You see how it's all working out to be serendipitous. So it's all sort of watch numbers, watch synchronicities, things like that. I got some pretty wild, crazy ones last week. So watch out for all of those things, because those are all telling you that something is coming. But right now is a time when you're supposed to learn to be stable, happy, excited. And I feel like you're supposed to be able to do that by being sort of sequestered away, it feels like here. So the King of Swords is here with Orphaned. And so it feels like, I think that the reason you're feeling disconnected is because of this King of Swords energy. The King of Swords energy is detached and aloof. And I think about things. I'm overthinking things too much. I think about them, and therefore I don't let them out my mouth until I think that they're perfect. And I feel like this could be the reason why you're feeling detached, feeling like no one understands you. You're like, I'm giving them the truth, I'm giving them facts, and people don't like it. It could be this, the Five of Swords, right? In the here and now, it could be that maybe you're in your King of Swords energy, and we all have to go through a point where we learn how to be the King of Swords, whether you're the feminine or the masculine. And we've got the Five of Swords. So maybe you're speaking with people who have fundamental differences with you, and it could be a little bit of stubborn energy because this is Aquarius, and Aquarius is also a fixed sign like you. And so it feels like when it comes down to things that are verbal, it feels like we got to agree to disagree, and I don't want to talk to you about that again because I know that I'm right. You know what I mean? Like it feels like that. And I feel like that might be going on close to the end of the week here. All right, let's find out what's going on here. We've got the Queen of Cups. What else do we have here? We've got the Two of Cups, and we've got the Seven of Cups. So it does feel like it is an emotional beginning to the week. And I feel like you're trying to find stability in all of that, stability in all of these emotions. The Y energy, it feels like you wished that there was a roadmap or documents that you could go over to figure out your emotions, because I feel like at the beginning of the week you're going to feel very emotional. I was just saying at the very beginning that I'm kind of a blubber face when the new moons come around, and I think that's because we know that the new cycle is here, and therefore we have to let go of those things. It's like our last moments to take one look back in the empty room and then close the door and leave. And so it feels like you are feeling overwhelmed in your emotions, but I think what is on your mind is things like the Two of Cups. Deep bonds, deep emotional bonds that you have with people that I feel like you're trying to make sense of with this Four of Wands energy. Deep soulmate bonds, possibly. It does feel like that you're feeling confused or overwhelmed in your emotions, because it feels as though, you're feeling disconnected. You're like, this is my crew. Why aren't they calling me? I just saw them out on Facebook. Like, why aren't they asking me to come with them? It feels like you have a lot more questions than answers at the beginning of the week, and you're feeling quite emotionally unsettled. And I think that the Four of Wands is telling me that you are trying to settle. You are trying to get stability, happiness, celebration. But it feels like you're trying to work through something emotionally at the beginning of the week here. Tell me about the King of Swords and Orphaned here. Because look, King of Swords can be hard energy, right? Well, I don't know where that went. We're not going to go diving for it. We don't need it. King of Swords can be hard energy, right? It can be, whether it's feminine or masculine. It's a specific energy, and you either like it or you hate it. One of the two. We've got the Tower in reverse. We've got the Queen of Wands, and we've got the Strength card. So it feels as though there is something in the middle of the week, Taurus, that I feel like you say in haste. And with the Queen of Wands here, wands and swords, fire and air, are masculine energies. It feels like whether you are feminine or masculine, you are going to be stepping into your masculine energy to speak to someone about something you disagree about. And it feels like your energy is the Queen of Wands, who is no bullshit, right? The Queen of Wands is no bullshit. I'm just going to do it because I'm doing it. I'm going to do it because I'm bold. I'm going to say something boldly. And then we got the King of Swords here. So that can be a little bit of a recipe for disaster. Now, I'm no astrologer. I tell you guys that all the time. Find your favorite astrologer. But it probably has something to do with astrological movements, because I know there's a lot of crazy things going on right now. Not only the new moon, but we're moving into eclipse season as well. So please go see your favorite astrologer. So I feel like what's going on here is with the Tower in the reverse is telling me that there is a tower coming in the future. And that's why I'm telling you to figure out what is going on within your own astrology, because the King of Swords and the Queen of Wands, mixing up that energy as someone who's aloof, detached, bold, saying something with their fire energy, and it feels like it's about to cause a tower in the future. So that is why we're in this orphaned energy in the middle of the week. It feels like you're feeling riled up. I'm going to say you're feeling like nobody understands you. Nobody is reaching out to you. It feels like you are holding back, wanting people to show you that they really want you in their life. And I feel like it's sort of almost in a backfired energy, and it feels like it fires you up just a little bit. It's what it feels like. And so it feels like at the end of the week that there's probably an argument that finds you. Let's find out what's going on here. Tell me about the Five of Swords. It does feel like it's a disagreement. It feels it's like because it's something that you've disagreed about in the past. Because this little egg here is more in the past than it is in the future. So I feel like you still haven't crossed a line here, Taurus, with getting baited into an argument. Like I feel like somebody's trying to bait you into an argument. It's something that I think you've put on the back burner, something that you've refused to face, I feel. And it looks like there is some sort of difference of opinion or fundamental differences. Look, it could be about politics. It could be about climate change. It could be about anything. But it feels like it's something that you are never going to agree on with them. And they're never going to agree on it with you. And I feel like you're going to try and bring this into balance and into a happy place here. Look, it feels like it happens at a social event. You are going to be like with your soul tribe or out having dinner or something like that. And it feels like it's it feels like a line in the sand is what it feels like. This person is standing on the beach and I just saw somebody put their toe, like a line in the sand with their toe. And it feels like this justice energy. I feel like when you go out to the social event or to the restaurant, look, it could be a disagreement over a bill. It could be a disagreement with your waiter. But it feels like this energy that you're carrying through the middle of the week actually moves into the end of the week with you, where I think that you are trying to be harmonious, trying to be emotionally harmonious, but you've had a pretty rocky start to your week. And it feels like you're trying to be emotionally harmonious because the Nine of Cups is here, but you're in this Three of Cups energy, which is you're in a place where there's a lot of action going on, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of different things that are going on, and it's a lot to keep track of because we've got the Nine of Cups here. I feel like with the Five of Swords and the Justice card here, that when this disagreement or argument breaks out, it does feel like you try and find your balance really quickly, or try to smooth it over with your little happy ass attitude. It's what it feels like. Nine of Cups is here. It feels like, look, and I want to say that this is sort of a lesson that you're learning throughout the week. And it's not like you haven't learned this lesson before, but I think it's coming back for you because maybe you weren't all that successful the last time this person showed up, or the last time you were in this situation. It feels like you weren't necessarily... You didn't necessarily get your balance, but you know what? I think that lessons come back to us for a reason, and I think that this time you're going to be approaching it in this justice energy, which is, look, like, come over to my side here. Let's make things balanced. Let's talk it out. We don't have to, we can agree to disagree. I don't have to agree with you. You don't have to agree with me. We're in this great place. You might be on the beach, right? You could be on the beach. You're going to be in some sort of a celebration. So it could be anything, right? It could be a restaurant. You could be with friends, with your soul tribe. But it feels like in this moment, in the here and now, is where you decide, I've got to get this right this time because I don't want to loop around to this again. And something serendipitous happens. Tell me about serendipity, please. Got the Judgment in the reverse. We've got, the King of Pentacles. And we've got the Eight of Cups. Look at that. So you know what happens is this person is going to misjudge you. They're going to say something that's going to piss you off. They're going to say something that they're completely wrong about. And because they don't know you, but I feel like they are going to misjudge you. But I think the way you're going to take care of it is the King of Pentacles. Because I feel like you're in your King of Pentacles energy by the end of the week. It feels like, or by the time the weekend shows up, you're in this energy where you're sort of looking at the obstacle from a distance and you're prepared for it. You're moving at it slowly, so you're prepared for the obstacle. You might be going to this social place where you know this person, you and them got into it before, over a couple of drinks maybe, right? That you got into some sort of argument about something, and there was no... we didn't resolve anything because the Five of Swords isn't really resolving anything. But it looks like here what you're going to do this time is you're going to get up and you're going to walk away. I like it. You're going to take your emotional energy and you're going to get up and detach from the situation. And I think this is going to be the serendipitous moment. I'm going to put down 3 cards here and we're going to talk about that. We're going to go and we're going to clarify all of this. We didn't even get to any clarifying. We're going to talk about this as well. What is this misjudgment here and how are you going to get out of this and keep everything balanced even though this person is egging you on and wants to argue with you? It feels like we need some advice here, so let's talk about it. If you want to come into the extended, please look at the top of the pinned comment where all of the information is about private reads and extendeds. You can purchase this extended outright, or you can come into the membership area. If you're going to do that, both of those links are up in the pinned comment. If you're interested in a private reading, please know that I am online throughout the week, usually Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. That's what I'm doing right now for live readings. So go take a look at my schedule at this time and we can talk live if you'd like to do that. I'm also doing pre-recorded readings. So if you're interested in a pre-recorded reading, please sign yourself up for that. Okay, so what we're going to talk about as we go into the extended, there it is, right? The Empress. It feels like you're in your Empress energy and I think you're ready for someone. It feels like you're looking at this obstacle from a distance and you've already got a plan. You're like, I'm going to maneuver myself around it and I'm going to do it slowly because I already see that I'm going to the situation where the person's going to be there, or this situation where I don't like the restaurant, or I don't like the people that are going to be around me, or there's going to be 1 or 2 people that I don't agree with. And it feels like you are going to be crossing that threshold from the past to the future. And I think this is what happens. I feel like you release it. I feel like you are acting in your energy as the Empress, and you are trying to birth a new cycle here, is what's going on. You're trying to birth something new, a new way of reacting or not reacting at all, a new way of responding. And I feel like the response is right here within the Queen of Pentacles energy, because the Queen of Pentacles is someone who's taking care of themselves and taking care of their home, and they're very adorned and they're very level and solid and grounded and planned. And so I feel like the Queen and the King of Pentacles here, it tells me that you might try to mirror this person's energy, possibly. You might try and mirror them or get them to mirror you in order to sort of calm the situation down, to sort of level it out. Okay, we've got the Knight of Wands, which is quick moving. Somebody's going to take a risk and they're going to say something. It possibly could be something about where you work, what you do for a living. You're not really the subject matter expert, Taurus. I don't know why you keep telling everybody you are. Do you know what I mean? It feels like that's what they're going to be saying, but it feels like it's an opportunity for growth, because somebody here is going to act the fool and they're going to take a risk and they're going to say something sharp, got a masculine energy, whether they are a woman or a man, they're going to be in their masculine energy. And look at that. I love that. You're going to be in your King of Cups energy, whether you're feminine or masculine, because it feels like this is what you're doing. You're alchemizing the situation. You've decided that I'm going to take all of this stuff that's been going on with this person. I'm going to react. I'm not going to react to it. I'm going to respond to it. And I'm going to keep it to myself, because I'm not going to let someone take me out of my character. We're going to go into the extended. We'll talk more about that. Taurus, if you want to come with us, you know what to do. I'm going to go there, and I hope to see you there. But if I don't, that's okay, because I'll be back, because I am always back. You guys take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.